What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Filip Hrgovic, Anthony Joshua, the IBF. Get this. Anthony Joshua could fight for the world title against Filip Hrgovic next, with Alexander Usyk setting to vacate the IBF belt. Anthony Joshua could fight Filip Hrgovic in a world title shot. Of course, we know Joshua is the former unified heavyweight champion. And AJ, of course, lost to Usyk on the second go-round. And in order to do so, Usyk would have to give up the IBF crown. That's because Usyk is now hoping to land the mega fight against Tyson Fury for the WBA and the WBC and the WBO belts, according to Talk Sports. If this happens, the IBF chiefs would rather order Hrgovic to fight Andy Ruiz for the vacant title. However, there's another twist in a tale, as Ruiz is sinking to fight the WBC fighter Wilder instead. And if the fight is made, then Joshua would fight or finally get the call up to take on Hrgovic for the IBF crown. Meanwhile, Ruiz claims AJ wants a third fight against him. But Ruiz said, I'm trying to get those belts back. I just spoke to Anthony Joshua and he told me that he wants to make something happen. So, of course, you know, I did the video on that and let me counterpunch. Well, since the IBF is forcing Hrgovic to do what Hrgovic needs to do, that means Hrgovic has no choice but to fight whoever is in front of him, okay? And it's all up to Usyk if Usyk wants to give up that belt or not. And if you're Usyk, you would ask yourself, who do you want to fight? Do you want to fight someone for another belt or fight someone to keep the belts that you already have? That's the question. You know, because if you think about it, if he could take on Tyson Fury for those other belts, the WBA and the WBO, and if he beats Tyson Fury, then he'll have the WBC. Then all he has to do is fight the winner of Anthony Joshua and Hrgovic, which more than likely, I think Joshua could beat Hrgovic. Sure. I think it'll be a good fight, though. I would love to see it. Why not? Then Anthony Joshua would then be a three-time world champion, you know, with regaining one of the three belts that he lost from Alexander Usyk. Okay, so, and that's if Usyk wants to fight Joshua again, but he did mention fighting Joshua again. So that's doable. It could happen. Hell, if we could see a fourth fight with Wilder and Fury, I guess we could see an Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua trilogy fight, right? So, yeah, I think that could happen because Andy Ruiz, of course, you know, he has his channeling set on Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, okay? So let's look at Andy for a minute, though. If Andy decides to take the Hrgovic route and he can beat Hrgovic, right, then he could fight Anthony Joshua for that belt that he has, and then it would warrant a fight with Andy Ruiz for the third time because now Andy has something that Anthony wants, which is the IBF belt. Okay, so, and then that would also make Andy a two-time world champion. So I think everybody wins in retrospect because if they're able to beat each other, they're able to obtain something that they never had before or something that they lost and trying to get back, just like Anthony and Andy has tested out to be. But I think that would be a good fight. Filip Hrgovic versus Anthony Joshua. They're both managed, well, co-managed or co-promoted by Eddie Hearn. So Eddie Hearn's in the mix. So I don't see why that shouldn't be a problem. You guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua possibly fighting Hrgovic if Alexander Usyk vacates the IBF belt. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!